Lauren, good morning. Welcome to Crochet Therapy. I'm Barbara, your host for this episode of Morning Coffee and Crochet. And I am going to get my microphone on this morning. And happy Friday. TGIF, everyone. TGIF. Oh, my hair is still wet. Oh, but it will dry. It will dry. Hey, Mary. Good morning. Good morning to you. So good to see you. And how is everyone today? Hey, Robin, good morning. Good morning. I'm going to be extra careful drinking my coffee today. Do you know what? Wednesday was not my day. It was not. Oh my goodness. It was, I was distracted during the live because I had choked and dramatically thought I nearly died, but I didn't, it's just me. And then later on, right before I went to bed, good morning, Kelly. It's so good to see you. So good to see you. And then that evening before I went to bed, I strangled again on my own spit. So I was not very coordinated that day. I was not very graceful that day. So I'm going to be very mindful of swallowing today in front of you so that I don't have a drama fest like I did on Wednesday. Wow, Wednesday was kind of crazy. Kind of crazy, you know. It was. So, anyway, and oh my gosh, I was so wore out on Wednesday from all of my adventures on Tuesday that I just crashed right after. So I sat on the couch and I was gonna do some more crochet, and the next thing I know, it's a couple hours later and I'm covered with a blanket. And so anyway, that's how that happened. So that was Wednesday. Um, Yesterday was pretty productive. I oh, you you do that too, Robin? Oh my goodness. It's kind of scary when you're going, "Ugh," and you don't know if you're going to get your breath or not. And oh, so anyway, I do have to be careful even with anything like watermelon or cantaloupe that's extra juicy, even pickles, when the juice comes out and you take a bite, just things like that. Yeah, all the time. Yeah, me too. And then it really affects me for, a couple hours afterwards. I don't know. Anyway, so pardon me. That was a yawn. And I'm going to drink a little bit of coffee, nice and slow. Actually, that was a nice big guzzle because I need some coffee. So, I want to show you what I did with, and you might see it in the background, but remember that really thick yarn that was really pretty colors and everything, and I used two balls of it, two cakes of it, and it was supposed to be an infinity scarf, but it was more like a cowl, and it was like a barrel on my on my head, on my shoulders. And I think that Gloria was going to wear it as a mini skirt until she found out it had all the holes in it. Well, I want to show you what I did with it because I'm really excited. I had this I had this basket. Now this basket, I'm going to show you the inside so you can see the colors. See the colors? The green and the maroon. Okay. Or wine or whatever you want to call it. Those are 90s colors, right? They're colors from the 90s. And so this basket, obviously I got this basket in the 90s. So it's rather dated. But look what I did. I just wrapped that scarf around it and here we go. And then on the bottom, because it went straight down, but on the bottom there were these, it's nice and loopy in there because it's such thick yarn. So I took the same yarn. I had a little bit left from the second skein, and I had a little bit of pink, and I just went in and out and in and out all the way around. And then I gave it a little pull, just like a little drawstring, and tied it. And so here it is, it's tied on the bottom. So now it just sits and it's all cute and covered with really bright colors. So I'm pretty pleased with it, actually. I'm very pleased with it. And I think I'm going to use that basket to hold my calendar whips for 2021. So I can layer my squares in there, keep a little, the extra yellow and gray that I'm currently working with. And thank you guys. And so I repurposed, although now you can see in the middle here, you can see inside. So I'm contemplating what to do with the inside, but once I fill it with some yarn, then you won't see the inside of it. But anyway, I just thought, let me try this because it looked nice and big. I was like, I bet that would fit on that on that uh, basket. So anyway, that's what I did. Let me turn off my volume on my phone so that if I have any notifications, it won't come through. So anyway, I found out how to put all of my yarn in there. So this has all of the yarn that I bought. Do you see? Like this is the pretty velvet skein, and this one too. And then right here is the Vanna's Choice with the gold thread in it. And yeah, me too, Robin. And thank you for all the thumbs up on that. Yeah, when things like that pop in your head and you're like, it's so practical. I knew I was never going to wear that. It was uncomfortable. It was um, it was bulky, you know. And I mean, unless you are a little tiny stick, bulky does not look good. Yeah, it doesn't look good. I don't think. I mean, that's just my opinion for myself. Anyway, so this right here is the special yarn that Nicole got for me. And this one is Yarn Bee. Do you see the iridescence in it? It's called Scrub It or Scrubology 2.0. And this one is holograph. So it's kind of like eyelash yarn, but it is definitely scrubby. It's definitely scrubby. And of course, this was on sale too. So it's holograph. And let's see, it says it's a 4-weight yarn, and probably only because of the little eyelash, because this is definitely a 2-string right here. But maybe it, when you're crocheting with it, it bulks up. I would call it a 3. I don't know. I I think they randomly like measure it, and if whatever sticks out is wider than whatever, then they give it a. But this is not. Um, you're gonna want to close the door, babe. Okay, Doran, you're gonna want to close the door. Okay. Okay. And so um, I think that's how they come up with that rating on it. Because honestly, if they just rated the string itself, the yarn itself, I'm calling it string because that's what it feels like. But if you just, rated that, it's actually a 2. But isn't this pretty? And so this, it's definitely a scrubby. So I can use this with any color. So I was thinking if I got some Christmas color cotton, which they still have out there, if I got some Christmas color cotton and did that with this, then it would be very festive and Christmassy, and this would might even, mimic little snowflakes in it, or I don't know. I was thinking. So who knows? Um, okay, so this is what I wanted to show you, but I did find a spot for that right here, and then Nicole found um, some Christmas yarn in the I love this yarn, and it has sparkles in it. So the sparkles are really kind of cool. I see that they're coming through a little bit. So I got two of these. So this is acrylic though. And so I would make like a scarf or um, I don't know. I might even try making a little elf hat or something like that because I've never made an elf hat before and they sound so fun. So anyway, she got me that. I got a couple of those and then, some other colors and stuff. So but I got all of my yarn in here and rearranged. And the only square that I really have to take care of is this one right behind me because this one is bugging me, which is why I'm glad I'm right in front of it so that you can't see it. Because, oh, and this one too, actually. This one too. Because these two are kind of hodgepodgey. Um, the rest of them are nice. And yeah, I'm gonna lift you up just a little bit so that you can see the top shelf. So there are the rest of the mandalas and whatnot that I got. So thank you, thank you. And so anyway, I I had that all together. Well, now let me tell you, Lori is something special because she's like, I just shove it in there. Well, that's what I did. And guess what? Lori, guess what? I came in and my shelf was falling. I shoved a little bit too much in and I made a little too much a little too much pressure. And so apparently when I left the room, the pressure got too great and it was like a dam that broke. But thank you. Hey Gloria, hi. And yeah, we're doing good. And I know Viviana, good morning. I know Lori. That's exactly what I did. I mean, it was leaning this way. So I was worried that the whole thing was just going to topple over. Well, these little connectors, they're great, but they can only handle so much apparently. And I had overloaded it. So anyway, I called on my husband's help and with a lot of whining and moaning on my part, we got it back together. He was very calm, but I was whiny and I was sure I was gonna break it all. Oh, zip ties on the shelves. Okay. Forgot to tell me that little trick. You may have told me. I may have forgotten. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. But zip ties would be great. That is a great idea. Yeah. So anyway, that's that was night before last, actually, I think when that happened. I don't remember when that then you can stuff them. Oh my gosh, I know, but you know what? I don't trust it anymore. I'm not stuffing. I'm just gonna gently put my yarn in there. Plus, if you stuff it, then, it just like, this is about the limit of the stuffing. Like, this is the Hobby Lobby, and this is the variegated, and the variegated is 5 ounces. So I can do 4 across and 4 up with no problem. Um, this you can see how it's like all puffed out and everything. So this is the Hobby Lobby 7-ounce regular, and this you can see 3 across, and I can get 4 up, but they're like rolling to the side. So Anyway, I'm going to respect their limitations from now on because that was a little stressful. I tried to prevent whining and moaning and lamenting. Lamenting wasn't really what I was doing. Oh no, it's gonna fall down. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I do try to prevent lamenting. And I'm sure, my husband would appreciate it if I would, refrain from lamenting as much as possible. I'm sure he would. I would. Mm. So anyway, yesterday I spent the day I spent the day doing a new tutorial, and it will be out. It is going to drop on my channel today at 11 a.m., but I'm going to give you a sneak peek, okay? I've got it right in front of me. Now, this one is smaller than I wanted and smaller than I expected. However, I underestimated the length of the jelly roll. Does anybody know what a jelly roll is? Well, a jelly roll is a roll of strips of fabric, and they're usually and mostly color coordinated fabrics. Usually, there's two or three of each fabric in the roll, and there's usually like 20 strips of fabric. So, what they do is they take the width of a fabric and is usually around 42 to 45. Sometimes you can find it in 60-inch widths. And what they'll do is they will cut it in 2.5-inch strips across. And then they fold it in half and then they lay it down and they put like 20 of them together and then they roll it, kind of like you do a jelly roll, like a cake, right? You know how you roll your cake, your jelly roll cake up after you put the jelly on it or whatever filling you're using and you roll it up. So then you have a roll. The same kind of concept, only it's strips of fabric, but it's folded in half. And so anyway, they lay it all together and then they roll it up. So then you get this roll that is around and it's flat. And if you just Google jelly roll fabric, you'll see a picture of it. Um, and because I've already used mine, so I don't have it to show you. But anyway, so I used my coupon. The jelly roll, I didn't realize because I had some help and my little girl was helping me and so I didn't realize that it was like $12 for that jelly roll. But thankfully I had everything else that I got I think was on sale. So that one might have been um, I might have gotten the 40% off of that. So, that's not so bad, but it's still quite expensive when you think about how much yardage you've actually gotten. Now, when they determine the yards, they determine the yards on the strips. Okay, so I did some quick math just to see how long the strips would be if I put them end to end. And I came up with approximately, you have the special knot in between, so you're losing a little bit. But I came up with approximately 23 yards, which is not a lot. As any crocheter would know, you know, if we picked up anything that had 23 yards, we would go, oh man, I'm going to need a lot of this. Well, I didn't realize that in the store because I didn't do the math. I had a little girl to watch after, and I knew I was just going to grab a jelly roll because I wanted to show you something. I wanted to show you a really neat project. Um, if I had thought a little better, I probably would have forgone the jelly roll and just went and bought like 2 full yards of fabric and then or even more, 3 or 4, probably for the same amount because I would have gone for whatever was on sale and whatever was inexpensive. You use cotton, for this. And so anyway, I'm going to show you a little sneak peek of what I did. So this is small, but my goal is to, get another piece of fabric, and you can use any kind of fabric. You can even go and buy a sheet at Walmart and cut it up. As long as it's cotton, doesn't matter. Um, you would get nice long strips, especially if you went from foot to head, and then there would be less tying, right? Right. So anyway, this is the little bowl that I made, and I crocheted it. I'm going to show you the bottom. See the bottom? And the fabric is fabulous because it doesn't matter what the fabric really looks like. It matters what the colors are on the fabric because that's what comes through. Now, as you can see, this one is a leaf. I mean, you can very clearly see that that's a leaf. Um, so, if you had a fabric that had some small designs, maybe small flowers or, something like that, then it would peek through every now and then and it would be really adorable. So that's the bottom. And then this is the side. And so as you can see, like this is one row. It's very thick, one row and one row. And it is really nice because, first of all, look, I'm holding it with one hand, I'm shaking it. It's very sturdy, very sturdy. It's 100% cotton. It is strips of fabric. So, yes, you're going to get the little bit of, strings and whatnot, but that's because it's almost like a rag rug, only this is a fabric rag basket. You can use this in the bathroom for your makeup because if you have a spill or if the powder or whatever gets everywhere, just put it in a gentle wash in your washing machine. Probably I would get one of those little net, those zippy net things that you can put this in just so it won't get beat up, that you put um, intimates in or whatever that you don't want to get beat up by the washing machine. But I decided to, and this is very small. I'll show you. See, it's a small ball. It kind of looks bigger in the basket because the basket is so small. But I did some small balls of yarn and just put them in there, just for decoration. Just because this little basket with these little balls of yarn make me happy. And if this is all it takes to make you happy and to be able to set it on the side table as a decoration. And, you know, if you had, well, let's see, if you had a couple hooks, you could just like stick a hook in the middle. There you go, like that. And just, make a little decoration. And anyway, I just think it's adorable. It is adorable. And so this tutorial is going to drop today at 11 a.m. And so be sure and check it out. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the bell. And that way you'll be notified when new tutorials and new episodes come out. Also, if you don't mind hitting the like button on this tutorial and on today's episode, I would really appreciate it. So anyway, what do you think? I just love this. This has so much possibility because have you collected fabric over the years? Were you into sewing at one point and you kind of slowed down a little bit? Do you have a whole closet full of fabric that you haven't touched in 10 years? 20 years? Maybe. Maybe you do. And so this is a great way. Oops, I'm sorry, I knocked you around. This is a great way to um, share your love of crochet and use up your fabric. And all you have to do is make sure that you have, similar colors. I used a Q hook, which you can find Q hooks anywhere. Yep. Lori says she could see fabric in fruit colors for a fruit bowl as a centerpiece. Yes. And let me tell you too, um, this bowl can be as big as you want it. It can be as high as you want it. I was limited because I had one jelly roll. So, and I wanted to give you the tutorial, so I went with it. And this is the basket that came out of it. Super cute, super fun. But actually, I think in the tutorial I miscounted and I said it was 6 rows. But really, with this center part, it's 7 rows because the bottom was 4, but um, anyway, then it was like 3 for the side. So, and it kind of depends on where you start counting to. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. Every time I count it, it looks different. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, so anyway, that's that. So that's all I got out of that jelly roll. So if you have some jelly rolls around and you haven't done anything with them, and you had planned on, making a quilt or something with it, and you've lost your interest or you want to just real quick, because, the jelly roll was good, it was easy. I called it cheating just because I didn't have to cut up the fabric. So that's kind of the lazy girl's way to do it. And I cheated. Um, but I also cheated myself out of more fabric than I could have had, because if I had spent the same amount of money on whole yards of fabric and not just strips of fabric, um, I could have made a bigger bowl. And I keep calling this a bowl. This is actually a basket. It just, this one came out shaped more like a bowl to me because it's so short. So I interspersed the word bowl and basket, and I think you can too. To me, a basket is a little higher. So that was my goal, was the basket, but I ended up with this. So anyway, so I have another really neat um, thing coming out for Valentine's Day using fabric and to crochet with. So I can't wait. Hey, Brenda, it's nice to see you. So I can't wait to share it with you. Um, when I get off of here today, hubby and I are going to be going um, to Gainesville, and so the big city, and so maybe I can find a yard of fabric there that suits what I'm looking for, so that I can do my special tutorial for Valentine's Day. And this is going to be a neat gift that you can give to anyone, because anyone who has a home, anyone who has a kitchen, could use this. Okay. So anyway, you know what? I could use this little bowl as a hot pad bowl for a soup bowl. You know, have you ever like put soup or put something hot in a bowl and it's so hot that you can't hold the bowl? This would really work for that as well. Look at the shape of it. And it would definitely keep your hands nice and cool. And yes, Robin, I I thought of you when I was speaking about having cabinets full of fabric, you were in my sights. I just didn't want to call you out on it because I know your cabinets are lovely and your organization is lovely, and how you have your fabric all color coordinated and everything. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so be looking for the tutorial today. It's going to drop at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is New York and Atlanta time. And then be looking within the next week for that Valentine's Day project. So get some Valentine's Day colors of fabric and be ready. because we are going to do something super awesome, super fun, and super cute. You are not going to want to miss it. So, anyway, oh, you were tending to the baby and couldn't message fast enough. Oh, I hope she's okay. Did she wake up? Oh my goodness, she's adorable. Yes. So anyway, that's what I was doing yesterday. So that's a little sneak peek into today. So I thought, I would drop it today at 11 instead of waiting till tomorrow. Um, yes. Hey, I am human. Like a t-shirt basket. Yes. I like that idea too. And hey, if you have old t-shirts, don't go out and buy, fabric. Just I mean, unless they're, like, really, sentimental. Some of us have sentimental T-shirts, but if you have T-shirts, it doesn't matter what's on them, right? And it doesn't matter what color they are. Cut them in strips. I will tell you this Jelly Roll fabric was 2.5 inches wide, and I enjoyed that width, except for doing the very first circle. I didn't enjoy that at all because it was really tight and I felt like a fish out of water. I felt out of my element because I was using this hook, this big hook, which I haven't used for a little bit. And hey, Nikki, that's a great idea. Oh, Robin says she's going to use use her fabric and make room for more yarn. High five, high five. Great idea. I love it. So don't be discouraged when you first start out because I really hated that first part. I really did. I struggled with it. It was like, the key to this is not to be really tight with your stitches because you're working with thick fabric and cotton especially doesn't have any give to it. So just make sure that, the loop on your hook has a little bit of give. Obviously, you don't want it super large because then you're just going to get sloppy stitches, but you do want to have it, a little bit, I'm going to say casual or a little bit extra. One way to clean out the clothes closet. Yes. Oh, and I am human. She says, I use my fancy fabrics for bead making. That's neat. I like that idea. Brenda, great project. You've been wanting to learn this pattern. That's cool. And oh, Gloria wants me to teach her how to crochet apples and bananas and oranges. You know what? I did the pumpkin, and my granddaughter, kept calling it an apple. So I might have the apple down. I don't know. I kept saying, "That's a pumpkin." "No, Grammy, that's an apple." I'm like, "Okay." Because I did it a different color. So anyway. Oh, yeah. To go in your basket. Oh, that's a cute idea. If you made this basket and then you crocheted some fruit to go in your basket, how cute would that be? Oh my gosh. Yeah. And then you know what? Our grandchildren, if you're old enough, and even if you're not, hold it until you have grandchildren or the little kids in the neighborhood when you're allowed to have company. They'll come over and they'll go, "Oh, Miss Gloria, oh, the lady with the fruit, with the crocheted fruit." Or, "Oh, my Grammy, I remember my Grammy. Oh, yeah, she crocheted and she had crochet everything. She even had crochet fruit. She had crochet this and that." That's the memories that these kids are going to have of us. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I forgot to tell you, on Tuesday, my granddaughter wanted to have a picnic with our little lunch. And she actually wanted us to go to a park and put a blanket down and have a picnic. Well, I said, "I'm sorry, sweetie, I don't have a blanket." And this was after our trip to Hobby Lobby. And she said, "Well, Grammy, you have yarn. Just go ahead and make a blanket for us." Oh, the faith of a child, the faith of a 3-year-old child, because she was sure that I could just whip up a blanket real fast and we could put it down and we could have our picnic lunch on it. That was so cute. So anyway, yeah, the faith of a child. Child, that blanket would take a while. But, you would be starving by the time Grammy got done with that blanket, and Gloria says, yes, she's gonna be that one that has, the crochet everything in her house. I want crochet curtains. I want crochet, everything. I wanna make a crochet car seat cover. I just wanna have everything crochet in my life because that's what makes me happy. So, yeah, yeah, out of the mouths of babes, that's for sure. They have so much faith. I was really kind of, I was feeling kind of honored that she had so much faith in me that I could just whip up a blanket. And so, anyway, that was fun. But that's what I've been doing. What have you guys been doing? I know Wednesday we were working on stuff together, and you guys posted all your neat things on the Facebook page. And I love it because there's nothing that sparks more creativity in me than seeing what you guys are doing. And so, thank you for showing us the works that you've completed and the works that you're working on because I love, love, love it. Love it so much. And I would have shared this, but it was a secret until today. So, anyway, so today I can share a picture of this and the link once it drops. And you want a camper? Oh, Sherry, do you want the pattern for a camper? Is that what you want, or do you want a real camper to like go off in the woods and crochet? Hey, both would be great, right? Oh, Sherry, that was really cute. Hey, Gina, thank you. And good morning. Um, so anyway, um, that was how I spent my day yesterday. And then last night I edited it. I did notice, and I double checked on this one, but I did notice on the last two tutorials that I did, the very last part of it got cut off. And I don't know where it got cut off, but it's a little, yeah, it's a little irritating. So last night I made sure that the tutorial on my end had the full episode. It's supposed to end with me saying, stay safe, be kind, and get hooking. And if it doesn't, then you know that they have cut it off somehow. So, um, anyway, I double checked and made sure that the video went to the very end. And then once it uploaded to YouTube, I went to the very end and made sure that it had it. So I hope when it gets pushed to live or pushed onto the site today and available for you guys, that it's full in full. Or um, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know. I might lament. Oh boy. So anyway, oh, crochet a camper in a camper. Yeah. Only if that camper, has a nice cushy seat. Maybe a recliner I can pop my feet up. Yeah, a little air conditioner for the summer. Mm. Gloria, I'm always amazed at how adventurous you are with crocheting and having only crocheted for less than a year. And so I just, kudos to you because you are just like really embracing this life. And I love it that it's helping you. Hey, if any of you have not um, joined the Facebook page, the link is down below. Go ahead and click that link and sign up to go to the Facebook page. Listen, if you answer my questions, then I will accept you because then I'll know that you're not a bot and you're not, you know, it's just kind of weird, right? Um, I don't want any I don't want any bots on there. I don't want anyone that may disrupt the flow of our lovely crochet community. So I am, that's all I ask. I don't care if you're brand new at crocheting. I don't care if you have only crocheted 2 weeks and you found us on Facebook or on YouTube or however you found us. It's okay. But just answer those questions so that I know that you are a real human being and that, that everything's good because then I will click you right through and no problem. But, unfortunately, if I see you haven't answered any of the questions and you belong to 450 groups and you only have 5 friends, I'm thinking maybe you're a bot. So you're not gonna get through. Even if your pictures look good because people can put any picture out there. So you're probably not gonna get through because, um, I'm thinking all you're doing is going on to, joining groups, and I'm not sure why. So, um, anyway, and that's an excessive amount of groups, 405, and you've only been around since October of 2019. I'm probably gonna think that you are a bot, and so you're not gonna get through. But, real human beings are all welcome. So I just want you to know, that's how I set my criteria for the Facebook page. Everyone is welcome. Every human being is welcome. And, it's a place where we're kind and we're uplifting and we're encouraging. And it's a place that you can safely share the projects that you're working on because it's not going to be seen by anyone who is not in the group. So, as long as the person who is receiving your gift is not in the group, then they will not be able to see it so you can freely share, which is kind of cool, right? So, anyway, and Nikki, I agree. I agree. Yeah, I totally agree. And so I love looking at everybody's projects. And, it's like I said, it's just very encouraging to me. So I kind of feel accomplished because yesterday I came up with two different things. I came up with this little basket cover. For those of you who came late, remember the cowl or the Lion brand um, infinity scarf made with this chunky yarn that it called for like 19 rows, and I this is 9. Could you imagine 10 more rows? Well, I found a use for it. And Gloria, this is the skirt you were gonna wear. But girl, I put it on a basket instead. So I put it on this basket and then I looped some of the same yarn through and gave it a tug like a drawstring and tied it so that this stays on here. So now my outdated 90s basket has a new look. So anyway, yeah, those of you who came late, you probably didn't see that. So anyway, I just wanted to make sure Gloria saw that. Hey, Gina. Yeah, I know. I was looking at it and I was like, there's no way I'm going to wear that. It's so chunky. What can I do with this? And then you notice that I finally put the ceramic Christmas tree up. So I put that way up on top of the corner cabinet over here. And on top of this corner cabinet was this basket. So I had to take the basket down. And then that just, one thing rolled off of another. And I thought, I'm going to try that and see if this skirt will fit on this basket. And it did. It did. So anyway, you can still peek into into the inside, but I'm going to put my 2021 cowl, 2021 cowl. Yeah, the cowl, the crochet along in here and just keep it, that's where I'm going to keep it. So, oh, Gloria says, um, when I first learned stitches, I was gifted t-shirt yarn. So I started to draw bags and made some, followed some YouTube before you used acrylic yarn. Oh, cool. Cool. So show us what you've made. And Lori, you were going to ask about that? Yeah, that's okay. Ask away. So anyway, um, so that was, you know, I don't know why I even thought of that, but I was looking at it going, oh, that was Gloria was going to wear it as a skirt, as a mini skirt. Let me see what I can put this around. This is going to fit, and it did. So I was pretty happy about that. I have a couple other baskets. Not exactly. I see one over there, but I'm not sure exactly where the others went because I did have a lot of baskets. And oh, I had even a really huge basket that I should have kept. But where was I going to put it? That was the problem. Where was I going to put it? I don't know. So So anyway, well, guys, I hope that you have a really, really great Friday. And what is on your agenda for the weekend? I know what mine is. I'm going to be working on that new project and hopefully get get a tutorial down so that I can share it with you next week so that you can start working on it and be ready for Valentine's Day because you know, everybody could use a little extra love on Valentine's Day, right? And just give something to say, "Hey, I'm thinking about you." And I hope that you're doing well. And it's just a way to show love to one another. So, we need a little extra love these days, don't we? I say yes. Yes. So, but this project, I'm going to get big, big yards um, of fabric, and I do like the 2.5 inches wide. So I think I'm going to do that still. Keep in mind, you can use up to 1 inch strips. 1 inch strips is going to make it easier to crochet. It's going to be a thinner basket. It won't be as sturdy. I made one. Oh, okay, Robin. Have a great day. Enjoy that baby. And I made one time with a 1 inch strip, and it was very nice. It was a little bit floppy. This one is not floppy at all. So just keep that in mind. Anyway, guys, I hope that you have a great Friday. Hope that you have a great weekend. Um, I hope that you enjoy the tutorial. Um, I'm my biggest critic with my tutorials. So anyway, PJ, crochet hugs to you too. And so I hope that you guys have a great day. Stay safe, be kind, and let's get hooking. Bye, Nikki. Keep doing those Valentine projects. Show us what you're doing on Facebook. Bye, guys.